Hello and welcome to my kitchen table. My name is Roy. I'm a home cook and amateur baker, and I'm here on this channel typically sharing recipes that have helped me to lose over 125 pounds, whether those recipes are mine or someone else's. Now obviously I am sitting at the table, so there is no recipe today, and if you read the thumbnail you know that I am doing a rare unboxing video. I was contacted by a company called Simply Cool Things that have a set of utensils that they wanted me to try out to show on the channel, and also they gave me a code, so there'll be a link down in the description box to where you can buy these, as well as a code that will save you 10% on the set. But I haven't checked them out yet. I'm hoping for the best, and the people there were very nice, so I don't think they steer us wrong. But let us check out what we've got here. This is the 14-piece silicone cooking utensils set, the complete set from Simply Cool Things. And as it says on the box, they are BPA free, so that is not a concern. They are silicone topped with wooden handles, natural wooden handles. So they're better hand washed than in the dishwasher because you don't want to ruin the wood handles. But these are heat resistant up to 446 degrees, so I'm sure they will satisfy anything that you're doing in the kitchen. So let us open up the box and see what we've got here. Now it shows on the side all of the things that the set includes. As I said, this is a 14-piece set. We're gonna go over those one by one and see what we've gotten. Let me move this off to the side. And so let's see, the first thing I found was a pasta spoon, or spaghetti server as they call it. And I like how flexible this is. It's not like the one I have now is really rigid, and this has nice flexible tips on the server here, and a nice little opening here so that it's not closed in. And this is great for serving pasta, especially like spaghetti, linguine, that kind of thing, because you can pull it out and it'll hang, you can serve it. I love using these for pasta. Sometimes I will use tongs, but a lot of the time I use these and I really love them. And the handle is really nice and firm, so I'm appreciative of that. I was a little worried when you hear wood handle. Sometimes you get that flimsy little wood handle, but this is nice and sturdy, very durable. So far I'm impressed. Let's see what we have here, a little whisk. And this is a balloon whisk because if you hold it this way, it looks kind of like a hot air balloon. And this feels nice and flexible and sturdy at the same time. Like it doesn't feel like they're gonna bend out of position. And they are also coated in silicone, if not fully silicone. I think there may be some metal on the interior from the feel of it because they are very sturdy. It's got a nice little handle. A lot of the whisks I have longer handles. This has a nice little handle that you can get in there. I definitely will be using this as well. And now here we have the ladle with this lovely wooden handle, nice scoop here. It doesn't say what size the ladle is, the cup, so I will check that and let you know. It feels very durable, but it's got a little give to it, which is what I like, because when things are too rigid, they sometimes can cause problems, and this has nice give, but it's very firm. So number 3, liking it so far. Okay, number 4, we have here a nice slotted spoon. Now slotted spoons are great for lifting things out of liquids. If you're serving something and you don't want it to be too wet on the plate, you can serve this up and then serve just a little bit of the juice on top. And I don't know if you can see, this center has a little bit of give here, so I really like that feature. Also, if you do any cheese making by chance, I honestly don't, but anything that you need to drain the liquids off of, this is great, and I do love that flexible center. So number 4, loving it so far. Another slotted spoon. This one is a little smaller, and you can see it only has the 3 little lines in there. And unlike the other one, this center is a little bit more firm, but the edges are again nice and flexible, so they're not going to be scraping on your cookware, which I really do like. Okay, and here we have another spoon. This one is the unslotted spoon, nice size, and again feels very sturdy, and I don't think I'd have problems lifting anything out even if it was a little bit heavier, so I do like that factor. Next we have the spoonula, and you can see it looks a little like a flattened spoon because sometimes you need a spatula, you need something that's got a little more curve to it, maybe like if you are scraping down a bowl for cake batter, etc. That is always great for that, and the end is very flexible, but the interior is very sturdy. So far I'm very impressed with these. Okay, here we have a small spatula, and this one is much more flexible, as you can see, than some of the others. And I do like that because when you're scraping down a bowl, you want a little flexibility there because you want to be able to get around the curves of the bowl, and this seems like it will definitely accomplish that. There's also, as you'll notice, no wooden handle on this one, so this one should be dishwasher safe. Handle is very firm. I think there may be some metal in there to give it some rigidity because it does not feel like it's going to snap at any moment at all. It feels extremely sturdy, so I appreciate that. Next we have the larger spatula, and this one has, again, a little bit of flexibility on the tip. It's not as flexible as the smaller one. So yeah, this is definitely a great addition to the set. Also we have, let's see here, a turner, and it's got a slightly small head, which is great for some of the smaller things that you're doing. Again, flexible at the end, as you can see. And again, it feels extremely sturdy. Now, I'm curious, what would you call this? When I grew up, we used to call this either a spatula or an egg turner. And I know some people have other names for it, so I'd be curious what you call this little item. So let me know down in the comments. What do you call this thing? I think since the rubber spatulas, silicone spatulas have kind of taken over, I don't know if these are called spatulas as much anymore, but that's what I always knew them as growing up, or an egg turner. But what did you call them? And now we have a slotted turner, and that's great for if you're turning things like eggs that you may have been frying in something and you don't want all of that grease to be staying there. It's great for that, or burgers. Again, the head's a little smaller than I'm used to, but I think it will be great because often the bigger ones tend to be too big, and a lot of times I end up breaking things as I'm trying to get the bigger spatula underneath them. So I think this is great that it's a little smaller, will allow me a little more maneuverability around items than one of the larger turners that I have. Again, very sturdy construction there. Here, oh, lovely. Here we have an oil brush, and this is perfect for painting on a little bit of sauce. When you are painting on, when you just want a little bit of oil on a pan, this is perfect for spreading it around. And one great feature of this is that the head comes off. And the reason that is so good is that if you're oiling something or you've got sauce in here, you want to be able to really get in here and clean this. But I think that's a great feature because then you can really get this cleaned up without worrying about having too much water on the handle. I love that idea right there. And then we have our tongs, which again are a little smaller than what I'm used to. But in a way, I really appreciate that because often the other tongs are just too long. And again, just like the spatulas, whose head might be a little big for what you're needing it for, this is going to be perfect for things that I really need to get in there for. Sometimes having something too long is just problematic. When you're not using it, you just pull on this and it's locked in place so that you don't have to worry about it popping open. When you're ready to use it again, just pop it in. There you go. I think this is great, and it's got some silicone here on the arm, which is perfect because the other ones that I have do not have that, and I have had my hand slip because it's gotten wet from something I was cooking, so I really do appreciate that. Okay, so that is 13 items, and the last one is the container that you will be storing them in. This is really nice, sturdy plastic. You can see I'm squeezing it. It's not giving very much, giving a little bit, but not much. And it's marked with the Simply Cool Things logo, which I actually think is pretty cool in itself. There's also a hole down in the bottom. That way, if you're putting something away and it's still a little wet, it's going to be able to air dry without pooling water down in the bottom and perhaps helping to encourage some bacteria or mold or what have you. So that's a great feature down there as well. So there we have the lovely set that was delivered to me, and I'm very impressed. Now, what I like to do with my tongs, instead of putting them right in there, is I hang them off the edge like this. I put one side in and one side out. So that way it's hanging there and I can just grab it as I need it. I don't have to try to dig through everything to get it. But there you have it, the unboxing of Simply Cool Things 14-piece utensil set. I am really impressed with the quality of these. I can't wait to give them a try. I will actually be using them when I make dinner tonight. Let me just pop in here with my review of how they handle up while I'm cooking. Okay, so I have cooked with them, and I really did think they did a great job. The silicone spatula, the smaller one, I used to stir my vegetables as I was sauteing them. And it was great because often I have difficulty with a more stiff spatula throwing things out of the pan. This one was nice and flexible, so it definitely made it easier to move things around the pan without throwing them out because the spatula was too firm. So I really did like that. And then I used the spoonula to break up my hamburger meat. I made my mac and cheese steak, although I used penne instead of macaroni this time. But breaking up that hamburger meat with the spoonula, because it was much more firm, made it so easy. Now I also used the slotted spoon to transfer my pasta from the pasta water into the cheese sauce, rather than draining it and doing that separately. What that did was it gave me a little of the pasta water and its starch put into the sauce and helped to thicken things up and make things creamy. And then finally I used the spoon in order to serve it out onto the plate, and it held up very well. I was very impressed with all of the utensils. I really do plan on using them all the time. A few things I wanted to note. At the bottom of the box, I found this card that says, "Stop, watch this first." And what you do is you scan this little QR code, and then when the little link pops up on your camera, you click on that. It's going to take you to a video that's going to show you all about how to take care of them, how to start using them. Because one thing you do need to do first, before you've used them, is to boil them. Now, why are you boiling them? That's going to do two things. It's going to clean off any residue from the manufacturing process, but also what it does is if a white film appears on them, you're not supposed to use them. You're supposed to return them and get another replacement set, because that means that there is a problem with that set. Something happened in the manufacturing. I did not have any issue. I boiled each of them, and I did them like a cup, two at a time. I didn't have any problem whatsoever. But it's great that they tell you that, but you do want to watch this. It'll also tell you they're not dishwasher safe, although I think the small spatula you could get away with in the dishwasher, but because of the wood, the other ones are really not dishwasher safe. But overall, I really do enjoy the Simply Cool Things utensil set, and I will be using it all the time, and you will be seeing them in videos. Okay, so you know now how my full review goes with having used them in the kitchen. So far, I'm incredibly impressed with the quality of these. Now, if you're looking for a housewarming gift, for a wedding gift, I think these would be perfect. Now, like I said, they have given me a link and a code, and the code will be down in the description box below the link. So you can just click on that link, it'll take you to Amazon, and you put in the code when you're checking out, and you will save 10% off of the set. But I am really appreciative to Simply Kool Things for sending me this wonderful set. I can't wait to be using it, and you'll likely be seeing them in my upcoming videos as I'm working, because I think these are going to be around for a while. So I hope that you enjoyed this little unboxing and review video. And if you did, I'd appreciate the usual like, subscribe, comment, share. Hit that notification bell for the next time I upload any sort of video, such as this one, which is coming up on a day I don't normally share something. And don't forget to check out the description box for the link to purchase these. And don't forget that code, save yourself a little money. Also down in the description box is a link to my Amazon storefront. If you're looking for anything I've used on any of my videos, it may be there, including these. These will be linked in my Amazon storefront, as well as the direct link down below. Also down there is my social media. I have my Instagram and 3 Facebook groups that I am part of. I will also be including down there the Instagram for Simply Kool Things, as well as their website if you'd like to check them out. So don't forget to check out that description box for all sorts of information, and leave a comment. Which of these do you find most useful, or which of these have you never used at all? I'd be curious to know. All right, so I'm going to go find a place for my new set of utensils, and I hope you're going to be doing the same yourself very soon. So until next time, bye.